Well, how do you do, Buckaroo? And how the heck are you? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. I'm not in my usual, studio that I have set up. I've got a little area in my living room where I've got my beer stuff up where I usually do most of my videos. I got a little spot in the kitchen where I do some, and then I got my bar area outside. But my leg being what it is, I had to just do it right here. So, but I do have some special guests with me for my first at the pub since I had my knee surgery done almost or just slightly under 2 weeks ago now. But I've got the Shandies, and I'm going to let you two introduce yourselves.
Okay, well, hey there, we're the Shandies. We're from right here in Springfield, Missouri. My name is Natalie, and this is Shannon.
Hello.
And we've been playing music together since 2016 as the Shandies. We're also a married couple, so that makes it really easy to practice. And behind us, behind the couch, is our cat Hazel.
Oh, okay. I don't think you can see her, but right here is my cat Eddie.
We can see her.
Yeah, there's Eddie. Yeah, Eddie's 16. Eddie's been around a while.
Hazel's only 3, so.
And I don't know what it is. Eddie's been Eddie was our son's cat and then became my wife's cat. But ever since I've been had the surgery done, she's been on me like white on rice. She just sticks right by me. It's like she knows something's wrong, but she's not quite sure what.
Yeah, pets are good like that.
Yeah, she just stays right close to me. Okay, so anyway, I would probably describe your music as somewhere between a folk or Americana. How would you guys describe your sound?
Yeah, that's about right. We would say we call it folk rock.
Folk rock? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So I've been playing some stuff here before we got started. My wife said, "Oh, they're good. I like that."
Thanks.
Just listen to a lot of the stuff that I like, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, some of our tunes lean more pop. Some of them lean more folk. I mean, we're just, it's kind of in that zone, I guess.
Well, I listened to what was it? Embers. That one almost made me cry a little bit.
Yeah, that's a tearjerker.
I wasn't ready for that one. I wasn't ready for that one at all. But anyway, but you guys have been playing music since 2016, you said?
Yeah, together. I mean,
okay, gotcha.
We've both been playing music our whole lives, but we've been playing as a duo since 2016. Yes.
So how is it being married and writing music together? Because I can't imagine my wife and I can't collaborate on anything. So I can't imagine there'd be one thing we could get along doing for that long a period of time. So how does that work for you guys?
It's amazing. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It's really fun to share this passion for music, and something we both enjoyed our whole lives. And it's just really special to get to share this. And we've collaborated some on songwriting, but not a lot, but we're doing that more now, I think. And it's really fun.
Yeah, this we have a new album coming out July 20th, so just in a couple weeks. But a lot of the tracks from that album have already been released as singles. But the full album, the remainder of the tracks will be out July 20th. And this album we've collaborated on more than our previous album. So this is our 4th album. And on this one, we have the most collaborations or co-writes, ones that we worked on together. So that's been really fun to do that.
Yes.
So besides the guitar, what other instruments do y'all play?
I play piano. I'm not a great piano player, but I can play okay. And ukulele, that's what I started on piano and ukulele.
You're a decent drummer.
Yeah, I play a little bit.
So without asking you to pick favorites, because I know that's tough, but do you have a preferred venue in town that you like to play?
Preferred venue. We have so many great venues in town.
We do. That's kind of a tough question. I know as someone who likes to listen to music, there's some that are better set up to listen than others. But playing is different. Do they have the right sound? Do they have the stage?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a lot of favorites. We could just throw some out. It's not an exhaustive list, but Wire Road Brewing has become a favorite. Out in Battlefield, just on the edge of Springfield, but they have a great outdoor stage.
They do.
And it's just a great setup there for outdoor music. So that's a favorite.
Hold Fast.
Play
there.
Yeah, such a fun environment there. We enjoy playing at Cellar and Plate. That's a different vibe.
Oh yeah. That's a much different vibe. Yeah.
but it's still really nice. You know, they usually have a crowd that's there to hear, you know, they're there to enjoy the restaurant, but also to listen to music. So that's a nice spot. Yeah, just I don't know. There's so many good spots.
Well, I was kind of getting, so I'm a beer guy, and when I've seen you folks, it's been mostly at some of the breweries in town.
Yeah, Springfield Brewing Company. You know, we've played there a
And
handful.
I think like Pie and Timber, if I'm not mistaken.
Pie and Timber is another good one. Yeah, great outdoor beer garden stage area. Great music supporters that hang out there. Yeah, the list goes on and on.
But it's funny how a lot of the breweries are kind of set up for music.
Right.
You used to think about breweries and brew pubs being music or showcase venues, but a lot of them are set up to be so.
Yeah, it's great that they seem to be, you know, keeping music in mind when they're setting up their you know, their outdoor space and all that. So yeah, cool stuff.
So when you're writing new material, since you're recording new material, I guess I should say, do you look back at do you see the changes from your earlier stuff to what you have now? You compare that, or?
Yes, definitely. I've learned a lot, you know, as we've recorded and, you know, progressed as musicians, and just the process of recording, you know, each time we learn more. And so we find that we, you know, maybe do better with it with each recording, because we have more knowledge and know more what we want.
Oh yeah.
I think you summed it up well. Yeah. Hazel agrees.
Hey, good, Hazel. I appreciate that. Hazel and Eddie. Eddie is a girl, believe it or not. She got tagged Eddie because, well, our daughter thought she was an expert in animal husbandry, and turned out she was wrong. So Eddie's a girl, but she got tagged with Eddie. And by the time we figured it out, it was too late to change her name.
We had a similar situation when I was a teenager. I found a kitten and brought it home, and we thought it was a girl, and I named it Cleo, but it turned out it was a boy. But he kept the name Cleo for the entirety of his life.
Well, I hope it wasn't a stigma for him.
No, he didn't seem to mind.
Eddie didn't seem to mind either. So I had been just listening to a lot of what you have available. You have one new tune available on Spotify. You would want to talk about that one?
We've had a lot of new tunes come out recently. So are you talking about the most
recent? There's only one that I found on Spotify here. Let me pull it up real quick. Because my memory isn't what it used to be.
Oh, that's okay. The most recent new single that came out was called "If You Knew Me." That's the title.
That's the one. That's the one I was listening to. Yeah.
Track for our new album. Yeah, that one's been out a week, I think. Over this.
Yeah, just
this weekend will be
2 weeks.
2 weeks. I don't know. We lost track. We've dropped quite a few singles in the last.
Have you? Okay. You're on various social media platforms, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
You're on various social media platforms?
Yes, we're on Facebook and Instagram. And then our music is on pretty much every streaming platform that exists. Because we work with the platform called DistroKid. It's a common one a lot of musicians use. But when you upload your music to DistroKid, they automatically send it to all of the online platforms. So like with one button, you're sending it to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, Tidal, Deezer, TikTok, Instagram, and there's also 15 more I've never even heard of. So it's all out there.
It's amazing. I turned 58 this year, and I'm still bewildered by all the technology.
Yeah. So
is there a tune you guys would like to play here?
Yeah, let's do it. Yes. Let's play our new summer jam. Let's play.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay. So this track came out as a single. This will be on the new album, but it came out as a single on May 16th. and it's called Day Trip Tuesday. And it's just a really fun kind of summer song about basically dropping everything and taking a random fun day trip on a Tuesday. It's just a fun song. And this is the song that Wire Road Brewing named their first non-alcoholic beer after.
Is that right? That's awesome. Yeah.
So we worked with them on kind of a collaboration where they brewed their very first NA beer. And they named the beer Day Trip Tuesday. And the idea is Day Trip Tuesday. It's a beer you can take on a road trip because you can safely drive yourself home.
That's a good idea.
So it's got a really cute logo that Wire Road Brewing's graphic designer did. And so that logo is the beer label, and it's also the logo for the single on online streaming services. So it's really cool to collaborate with them in that way. So we're going to play Day Trip Tuesday for you.
All right.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right by my side, we can go anywhere within a 2-hour drive. Leave our cares behind. We can go anywhere. There is always enough time. Day Trip Tuesday. Day Trip Tuesday. Time to unwind. Can't wait for Saturday. So we'll steal from the weekday grind. Leave our plans behind. A little getaway is what we need to survive. Day Trip Tuesday. Day Trip Tuesday. Day Trip Tuesday. Day Trip Tuesday. It's the middle of the week, the traffic will be light. We can find a secluded scenic spot with no one else inside. Day Trip Tuesday. Day Trip Tuesday. Day Trip Tuesday. It's the middle of the week. Day Trip Tuesday. It's the middle of the week. Day Trip Tuesday.
Wow, very nice. That's a good song. I like it.
Thank you.
It does sound like a brewery song, I will tell you.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, if you listen to the recorded version of that song, it's really kind of 80s. We kind of did like a retro 80s vibe on it.
Nice.
So it's cool, like synthesizers, doing a whole 80s.
Well, that's my era, so I will appreciate that.
Yeah, check it out.
If only I still had those parachute pants and a checkered shirt and a Capezios. Oh my goodness!
Everything comes back around eventually.
I'm seeing checkered Vans and ripped jeans. I'm thinking, is it 1987 again?
Yep. It all comes back.
I'm just waiting for parachute pants to come back. That's all.
Yeah.
So I rented you guys not too long ago at Springfield Brewing Company for Christy Meredith's birthday party.
Right.
So, but I've noticed with a lot of Springfield, the music community is very supportive of each other.
Mm-hmm. I think that's true.
It is.
Yeah, we have a lot of good friends in the music community, and we like to collaborate when we can. We play the Imagine show, or have the last few years played the Imagine show with 83 Skidoo, Christie's.
Oh, yeah.
And we combine with them and a drummer, usually John Anderson, and we play some kind of jazzy versions of Beatles songs, and that's always fun. And it's just a fun event to hang out with other local musicians, and it's a good time.
Yeah, and on September 16th, that's the right date, correct? Yeah, September 16th, we are one of the opening acts for the big Ozark Mountain Daredevil show.
Oh, are you really? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the O'Reilly Center.
It's going to be at the O'Reilly Center on Drury University's campus.
Uh-huh.
So this is part of the big 150-year celebration for Drury.
Oh.
And so the headliner is the Ozark Mountain Daredevils, but they're going to have several opening acts playing a few songs each. And so we're one of those opening acts. And so each of the openers plays 2 of their own songs and 1 Daredevil song.
Oh, wow. So what Daredevils tune are you going to play, or have we decided yet?
We're still working it out. Yeah. We've narrowed it down to a couple. So
I'm curious. So I'm going through the Daredevil's catalog in my head, thinking what would suit your sound best. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing like a deep cut.
Not
ones the Daredevils will play. But
right. You don't want to hear Ted Axe playing Jackie Blue, right?
Right. Yeah. So we'll put our own spin on it, and see what we can come up with. So that'll be fun, and we're really honored to be part of that.
Yeah, some of the other acts in the show are Justin Larkin, the Hillbenders.
Oh my, wow.
And
Molly
Healy.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show. So September 16th, and the tickets are already on sale.
Oh, good. Okay.
So if you're listening at home,
I have to look now.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show, and you can easily find the link on Facebook or on Drury's website or whatever. But it's September 16th at the O'Reilly Center.
All right, I'll check it out.
Yeah,
that's a big deal, man. That's going to be quite an audience. I mean, I got to believe they're going to sell that arena out.
It's our first arena show.
Yeah,
isn't it really? Oh my goodness! Wow, that's going to be a big one.
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
So when I ran into you guys at Springfield Brewing Company, we were having a conversation. You had mentioned that you tend to just overshare. And I mentioned that I have no filter, so neither one of us knows what we're going to say next or where that conversation might go. But I would say we're both being pretty good today.
I do tend to overshare, but I am not drinking any beer right now, and I'm
there you go, yeah.
fully aware of everything I'm saying. So I will.
Me too.
I will be careful not to overshare. Shannon a non-alcoholic beer, so she's also not going to overshare.
Yeah.
Well, I am uncharacteristically drinking Pellegrino mineral water. So just 2 weeks after surgery and still using a walker, I didn't think it was a good idea to pop something open.
Yeah, probably not.
No, I have gotten off the pain med, so I could, but falling on a walker, nobody needs that story.
It's not a bad idea to give the liver a break.
It's been a couple weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. So again, we're talking about. I'm just curious. There is a very large musical community here in Springfield. So is it ever hard to get gigs?
It can be.
You guys seem to be pretty well booked out.
Yeah, but we've been at this for a while, so we've been playing. We've been on the circuit for 7 years now. Kind of established ourselves, I guess. So in the usual places that people play, but when a new place pops up, you have to kind of try to get your foot in the door, and I think that's typical for anybody, no matter how long they've been playing in town, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I think when you're new, it's harder to get in until people know who you are. But then when a venue is new, then kind of same thing. You're trying to introduce yourself to them. So yes and no. I mean, it can be hard. Yeah, sometimes depending on the situation but you kind of once you meet people and get to know the venues and the owners and who does the booking, then it gets easier.
Yep.
Do you play outside the area at all, or
a little bit?
We'd like to do more of that.
We would, yes. We have a couple house shows coming up right this year, not soon, but this year, don't we have a couple
We have
room type shows? We
Yeah,
have 2 or 3 of those, and those are fun. We'd like to do more of those and maybe branch out to
we
some
got
other areas.
Yeah, we got to play in Knoxville, Tennessee last year. We played at their Pride Festival.
Oh, nice, very nice.
It's a pretty cool experience. And we've played the Columbia, Missouri Pride Festival last September. We played in Eureka Springs a few times. But yeah, we're just kind of starting to branch out of Springfield more. And like Shannon said, yeah, we'd like to keep working toward that. And we're lucky that we have a local following here in Springfield, but we'd like to push out to a regional following.
There you go. So is there a distance? I mean, more than 2 hours, or is there a limit to how far you'd want to go?
No, I mean,
part of it, of course, depends on the timing
because
really has a.
You mentioned some breweries. So the funny thing is, my wife didn't drink for about 28 years being married. Then about last year, she decided she liked wine. And so we started visiting a lot of local wineries. And a lot of the local wineries are a lot like the local breweries. They do a lot of music. A lot of them are just relaxed. I always thought of wine as being a little more pretentious, but a lot of the local wineries really aren't. Have you played many of the wineries around the area?
No, we haven't.
We have not.
But we really should probably look into that.
We will look into it, Tom.
That's what I'm here for. I'm an idea man.
Yeah.
I tell you what, one you might want to look into. I know Seven Seas are about 45 minutes away. I know they do a lot of music during the summer. And then if you wanted a little bit longer drive, just north of Joplin is Keltoy winery, and those guys are very nice. They do a lot of music during the summertime. It's just a great relaxed place, a little bit of an Irish theme. So they're one of our favorites too. So if you want that long a drive, you might want to check those out.
Okay, thanks.
We'll do. Thanks.
And for a little plug for one of the places that I work is Banter Brewing.
We have there.
Yeah, we have.
Okay, might want to put a feeler out to get back in there because I'm working there now, so I can, I'll plug the show. I'm usually working on Saturdays when we have music. So.
Okay, is Bud still there?
Oh yeah, yep. So I usually open on Saturdays and Bud closes.
Okay, Bud knows us real well. So.
Oh yeah. Everybody knows Bud real well.
Yeah.
If you've had a beer anywhere, you know Bud real well.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think he's been a beer tender and bartender at just about every place in town at one time or another.
Wow. Yeah, we got to know him the most at when he was at White River.
White River, yeah.
Because we've played there quite a bit.
That's
another place we love to play. We love to play at White River. Great patrons there.
Yeah. White River was a great place until the ownership changed, and then it just became something else.
Well, I don't know about that. I just know that the patrons have always been great and love music.
Yeah. I remember I used to go to White River when they first opened because being a beer guy, the head brewer they started with was a guy named Dave Lamb. Have you ever heard of him?
I don't think
Dave
so.
Lamb is kind of like this brewing legend, but he's had this reputation of being an incredible, impeccable brewer, but very, very hard to work with. So they would work at a place, get it set up, and then he would just piss everybody off, and then they'd have to get rid of him. They'd bring somebody else in. But he's just one of those, interesting characters if you ever get a chance to talk to him.
Okay.
Anybody, if you've ever been, one of the first brew pubs in town a long time ago, about the mid '90s, was a place called Rye Bread Apple Course in the Chesterfield Village area, and they're only open for a couple years maybe. And the joke was, I used to go there all the time, and then I was transferred out of town. I was working with the evil retail empire at the time. I was transferred out of state to Las Cruces, New Mexico. And when I came back, they were out of business. So the joke was that I wasn't here to keep them in business. So, is there another tune you guys would like to play for us?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We're gonna play one called "I Won't Be Back." This is also from the new album, but it's also already out as a single, so you can listen to it anytime you would like. So, "I Won't Be Back." 1, 2, 3, 4. Honey's late, and I wouldn't care, but you said that you'd be home at 8. So you're out there running around, and it's the same old thing. Where you been, who you been with, kinda getting old by now. There's a limit, my love, what my patience will allow. I know you wanna go, believe me, I won't stop you. But if you wanna get out first, you better move fast. You won't leave me for her. I know you said it meant nothing to you, but if I leave you for myself, I won't be back. Baby, let's talk. If you can't be bothered, let me tell you I'm prepared to walk. Spills are already broken in. You may be caught in between, but I'm the queen, and I won't be seen treated like I'm second best. Yeah, you can figure it out. You can figure out the rest. I know you wanna go. Believe me, I won't stop you. But if you wanna get out first, you better move fast. You won't leave me for her. I know you said it meant nothing to you, but if I leave you for myself, I won't be back. I know you wanna go. Believe me, I won't stop you. But if you wanna get out first, you better move fast. You won't leave me for her. I know you said it meant nothing to you, but if I leave you for myself, I won't be back. I know you wanna go. Believe me, I won't stop you. But if you wanna get out first, you better move fast. You won't leave me for her. I know you said it meant nothing to you, but if I leave you for myself, I won't be back. If I leave you for myself, I won't be back.
Oh, very nice. That's a good tune. Wow.
Thank you. What do you think, Hazel? How are we doing?
Well, I think Eddie liked it because she moved behind me as the song started. So.
Just a
So
tail.
I got to make a little comment. As we were setting this up, you were asking, we were sending messages back and forth. You were asking if it was audio or video, and I told you it was going to be both. What I typically do with StreamYard is I send the audio to my Spotify channel. But you made the comment, well, I guess we'll have to get dressed. And I said, well, I'll leave that up to you. It depends on how much exposure you'd like. So I'm glad you opted for clothes, because if you didn't, then I would have had to go without clothes, and nobody wants to see this naked, not even my wife. Nobody wants to look at that, man.
Yeah, I just, kind of meant like, Well, I don't know. I mean, if you know that you're going to be video recorded, you at least want to wash your hair and
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
your pajamas.
Yeah, not in your
2020, everybody was doing videos in pajamas.
True.
right.
At least from the waist down.
What?
Oh, there goes Hazel.
Well, I've always made a joke during my videos. Of course, I am dressed today, but in most of my videos, I'm only wearing a shirt. I'm not typically wearing pants because I'm only filmed from this far up. So, anytime I'm home, as soon as I get home from work, I just take everything. Everything just starts shedding off the second I walk in the door.
Wow.
I tell my wife I have a claustrophobic body. I got to get the stuff off. Oh, mercy. I typically run these shows about an hour, but I'm going to cut this one a little short because of my leg.
Yeah.
But I did want to go. I was really excited to have you guys on because I'd like to get as many musicians on as possible. When I started this format, I used to do a lot of videos just about whiskey and beer and various. But I wanted to do a show at the pub where it's more just a relaxed conversation about everything. So I've been trying to get as many musicians on the show as possible, and I've had Christy Meredith on. I've had Barrick Hill on. If you guys listen to blues, you may have. There's a great artist out of Tulsa named Scott Ellison, and he did an episode with me when I was first getting started. And if you're not familiar with him, no, look him up because he's just a great artist. Anyway, but I had a boxer. I did one episode with a boxer, a former heavyweight contender. His name was Travis Kaufman, and that show was very interesting too, because it didn't go the direction I thought it was going to go. Because he's a very interesting guy. He's very colorful, but the show got serious, and he started talking about boxing injuries and addictions. Okay, so the show took a little bit of a turn. So, that's why I kind of want to do this. As I didn't really have a set format of how each show is going to be. I kind of let the guests kind of dictate which direction. But I do want to ask you guys. I know you've got a show coming up for to promote the new disc. Would you like to tell us about that?
Sure.
Oh, me? Okay. Yeah. So it's going to be Thursday, July 20th, at 7 p.m. And it's going to be at the old Washington Avenue Baptist Church, which is on Drury University's campus. We have a link online for tickets. Tickets are $10, but you get a copy of the new CD with your admission. So basically, you're getting the CD. And yeah, we are just a lot of times with the CD release show, people have a bunch of special guests and they have all the musicians that played on the album join them for the CD release show. But we just decided to do it differently this time, and we've done it that way in the past. But this time it's just going to be me and Shannon. We're just going to play through the songs on our own.
Tell a few stories.
But we're just gonna play. We're just gonna play by ourselves.
Oh, nice, very nice. So you've got a 4th of July tomorrow, or do you have any gig planned for that?
No, we're probably just gonna go hang out with my parents and have some food.
Yeah, I think we're having tacos.
Yeah,
Tacos for 4th of July.
Nothing says 4th of July like tacos, right?
No hot dogs, no hamburgers, tacos.
We're going tacos.
Tacos go with everything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mentioned earlier a little bit about living in Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I found it interesting on Easter. They all cook out. They don't do big ham like we do. It's hamburgers and hot dogs on Easter.
Oh,
that's cool.
Yeah,
it was very different. My wife and I were planning on just doing this big thing. No, they just go on barbecue. And it's New Mexico, and it's 100 degrees no matter what time of year it is.
Yeah.
You guys have upcoming gigs you like to mention before we get off the air here?
Besides the CD release show on July 20th, we are playing at 4x4 Galloway on Saturday, July 15th. So July 20th for the CD release, July 15th at 4x4 Galloway, we play 6 to 9.
6 to 9. All right. Well, I want to thank the Shandies for joining me. Do me a favor. Don't jump off right away, okay? When I end the show, stay on just for a second. Anyway, I want to thank the Shandies for joining me at the pub. I know it's a little bit shorter show than usual, but my leg, I have a hard time getting to being in one spot for very long until I get that leg back where I need it to be. I had a PT earlier today, and it's just hurting today. So, anyways, thanks again for joining me. You didn't overshare, and I didn't, Well, I didn't do too much of what I usually do, but I was like drinking Pellegrino. Anyway, thanks a lot. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, Beer Evangelist, for living, drinker, for beer whisperer, all around good guy. Thanks, folks.